Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. You join us back on the lovely Ludwigsbahn, and we're going to be in the DBBR 425 for a lovely S-Bahn run, or fairly quick S-Bahn run, all the way to Mannheim. So let's hop in. Oh no, not that, I want to get it, yeah, there. Right, we're due out basically now, so we've got to get the instrument lights on a little bit. I've set it up already, so we should be all good to go. So let's get the door shut. And we're going to be calling, I think, every stop. So we got a fair few. I think it's about 18 minutes. 4 kilometres to the first stop. So let's get going. But yeah, back on the Ludwigsbahn. We're meaning to come back to this route for quite some time. But here we are. We're back on it. We're not on the scenic bit though. This is sort of the not so scenic bit, but still nice bit. Let's go. Cool. Just 80 across these points here. At least that's what it's indicating. There we go. Yeah, Schiffer, yeah, alright, there we go. There's plenty of that on this run. Right, what's the speed now then? Now we're sort of on the main line. Actually, it can't be 80 along this bit still. I don't think it's 80 still. So I haven't seen any other speed boards yet, but I can't imagine it's 80. I'd probably think 140, maybe even 160, but that's at a guess. So, but it's definitely not 80 anymore. So we'll speed up above 80. Hopefully we might see a speed board somewhere, but potentially not. So maybe we'll go up to 140 and just hope that was the speed limit. In fact, this train can only go up to 140. So you got a warning. I assume that's the warning for possibly the 80. Yeah, so we'll speed up, and hopefully we wouldn't have been speeding too much. Schiffer, there we go. As we head out of Schiffer stat, so you've got the fast line which has just joined up with us. It's only 4 kilometres to the next stop, and kilometres do come down pretty quickly, especially considering we are at, what's that, 80 miles an hour already. So it's about what, 2.5 miles or so. Good thing about this unit, the brakes are really good, so we don't have to worry too much about flying through the station, as the brakes should bring us down quite nicely. As we come up to the next stop. Just calling it the next stop for now, as I can't remember the name of this one. There's most of the stations on this route I cannot remember, apart from, well, Ludwigs. Was it Ludwigshafen, Hauptbahnhof? And Ludwigshafen, Mitte, and Mannheim. Yeah, not many I can remember on here. It's been a while. Was this route released in January? I think it was late January this route released. Don't think we've driven it at least in over a month. Because we've had, well, the Netherlands route come out, we've had Cardiff. With a sort of a lot coming out after this. So yeah, it's been a while. Here we are. We're on time, so that's good. This is this stop. This is Limburgerhof. Now we got Ludwigshafen, Rheingonheim next. Quite a smart uniform though, isn't it? The DB uniform. I can't imagine many drivers wear the cap when they're driving, but that one's a bit broken. His hair's coming through it. Let's get the door shut. And yeah, it's 140 along here. Right, let's go. So some of these speed limits you can sort of just guess. Like the unit only goes to 140, which runs along here. So it's just like, yeah, probably 140. considering it's also a fairly straight line as well. Right, let's go. Now we've done this, we'll have to go on to Hubstrecke Rhein-Ruhr and do one of the services on there at some point in the 425, sort of the original 425. This being the newest variant, and the Hubstrecke Rhein-Ruhr one being the original 425. And you've also got this train on Bremen-Oldenburg as well, which is another short but sweet route, although a bit shorter than this one. 160. Actually, this is a bit of a funny route because, well, it is a weird route. It's lengthwise it is, relatively longish. I mean, it takes I think an hour to get from one end to the other if you're a slow train. So in terms of length, I'd say it's fine. But it's all the trains which are included. So you get the DBR 425. Yep, that's fine. You get the DBR 406. That's the ICE 3M. But it's the completely wrong version of the ICE 3M. Because it's the ones which are going to France. So it should be the ICE 3MF. For some reason we didn't get that on here. And then you also get the DBR 111, which I think has about 2 services. I think that's all the trains you get. And here we are, this is this stop. That one over there, Ludwigshafen, and its sort of low red sign over there. Oh, hang on. There you go, Rhein-Gottenheim. I'm still on time, so we're doing something alright. This train goes down to Karlsruhe. So I think, once it gets to Mannheim, it will then basically follow the Rhine River down to Karlsruhe. Because that's on a Train Sim Classic route, which we've done a few times. Right, Ludwigshafen Mundenheim next. Get a little shot of the train. But no, good to be back on this route, as it's been a little while. It is a nice route. I mean, this is sort of the less interesting part. Once you sort of get, towards Neustadt, off that way, you sort of go into the valley. That's quite cool. This is sort of the more straight and fast bit. Cool. Wasn't too far to the next stop. I should be able to get up to a fair amount of speed. I can already see the platform coming up. So let's coast it at 120, which is about 70 miles an hour, and then start slowing down for this. You've got a 13 there, so 130. Even further. Yeah, this is the next stop, another Ludwigshafen stop. We're stopping at this one though, there. Only a single little unit, so that will do nicely here. There we go. What we got after this? Ludwigshafen Hauptbahnhof, so that's one of the main stations on the route. 4 4-2. What's that? Is that the platform numbers? 4-2. Oh yeah, 4 and 2. Some of the German numbering is just weird sometimes for these platforms. Platform 4 and platform 2. Where's platform 1 and 3? Right, let's get the. It's still to do, I think, the track numbers. Right, let's get the door shut. Right, let's go. We got a warning for a 60 on there. Well, 130 anyway. And let's go. Cool. Yeah, warning for the 60. Green over yellow as well. So we'll have to acknowledge it. Love a bit of PZB. PZB is great. If you don't know PZB, I very much recommend learning. Is that train on blocking the main line there? That can't be right. Yeah, that train's blocking the. No wonder we haven't seen any trains going past. The train's just blocking the whole main line. I mean, we should be unaffected, but I don't know what's gone on there. What is going on there? That's why I thought it was a bit quiet. I assume we loaded in as that train. Yeah, we must have loaded in as that train was sort of there, so it already hit the objective marker, so it just sat there. But of course, it's blocking the line. Hence the reason why, yeah, I don't know we saw any train going past. A little weird bug. That's a really long freight train, isn't it, that one? There's another train behind that as well. That's a bit annoying, but that didn't really affect us, so. But this is where all the trains are. There's been some sort of train failure at Ludwigshafen. So they're all packed, you know, all. Schiffer. They're all stuck here. So what I could do is just delete that freight train, but then we'd like, actually, yeah, we could just do that. There's not really much point really. This doesn't affect us. Nah, they can fight for themselves. Marker, yeah, alright. Cool, here we are. This is Ludwigshafen. Lovely. Stuck there, that freight train. Stop arrived at instruction. Cool, so we've now got Ludwigshafen, Mitte, and then Mannheim. And we're still on time, which is nice. Cool, right. Let's go. Onwards up the hill, join up with the other line, and then into Mitte station. It's quite cool we sort of get the river crossing into Mannheim. Cool. So was it 60, wasn't it? So let's get up to 60. Lovely. Yeah, Schiffer, that's enough. So you can cancel Schiffer before the audio alarm goes off. It's not actually too bad on this train. On some trains it literally goes Schiffer. They're the most irritating ones. Whereas on this one it just makes the buzz sound, which is it's fine. And the ones where it actually shout Schiffer at you, that's the one what gets annoying. But you know, it's realistic. Oh, that was funny. That was a funny signal there. It was meant to do that. So they all went to 60 at once. Signalling full. There's the next train to join the queue. Well, that one's waiting there anyway. Yeah, Ludwigshafen mid-air, this one. Yeah, there we go. Quite a nice stop, this one as well. Right, where's the stop marker? All I can see is one down the end, so I suppose we'll go to that one. Stop. There's more further down, but we'll stop here. That'll do us nicely. I've never noticed there's not a platform on this bit here. Almost feels like there should be one here. There's sort of space for it, but there just isn't. One on that side, one island platform, and then yeah, nothing here. Well, hello, there's a tram. There's another train behind that one. Oh no, that one's moving. Right, let's get the doors. Are they moving now? Okay, that one actually did move. Is that train moved out the way? Oh, it has. It's finally moved out the way. That's a really long freight train. Look at that. Yeah, not entirely sure it was meant to stop where it did, but I suppose it's finally moved. The trains are now moving. I can't go over 45 at the moment. Could actually unrelease ourselves, but not much point of unreleasing ourselves over the was it the Rhine River, which further down is the border between France and Germany, but at this point we're still in Germany. Green over yellow, so I think that's about 40 kilometers an hour. Yeah, well, we can only get up to 45, so cool. There's a train coming up from the middle there. Have a lovely 425, bit of Schiffer as well added to it. Hopefully audio's been alright on this, hopefully it hasn't been too quiet. Another train waiting there. Was that one stabled? That one's stabled. But yeah, an easy train to drive, this one. It's just a simple power brake controller. Can't really go wrong with it, really. Yeah, alright, there we go. We've got the 500 Hertz magnet as well. And this is Mannheim, sort of a fairly large-ish station. Yeah, alright, Schiffer, there we go. Where are we going to stop? I mean, there is a stop marker right down the end, but that would appear a bit silly to go all the way down the end. Is there one before that? Yeah, there is, yeah. So we'll stop on the first one as we're only 4 coaches, so not like we need all of the room. And here we are. We made it. This is Mannheim. Well, that is going to be it, everybody, for that Train Sim Mod 5 video. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. That was back on the Ludwigsbahn. Try and do a bit more of this at some point, maybe go into the valley bit. Links to usual places, Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as our affiliate link for the lovely UK departure boards, which I've just noticed my flight sticker's been in the way the whole time. But you can still see it all right. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.